Hey, if you're anything like me and you're always searching for good products to use as cleaners for whether it be for your car, the household items, garage items, tools, the good folks over at Super Clean sent me some products to test out, and that's exactly what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to test these products out around my home over the next few days and kind of see if they actually live up to the hype that I've heard about them. So let's see what happens, and let's see how well Super Clean lives up to the name. All right, so like I said earlier, Super Clean sent me 3 products. The 3 products they sent me are the Super Clean Dissolves Super Easy, Super Fast, and this is the new aerosol can spray. This is the Super Clean All-Wheel Cleaner that I'm going to use on my rims of my car to show you how well this works. And then the Everyday Super Cleaner Dissolve Grease, which is the spray bottle. So like I said, Super Clean did send these to me to try out and test them, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I have some stains here in my garage that I'm going to use the degreaser products on. The wheel cleaner, obviously I'm going to use that on my vehicle as well, and a couple other things around the house here and there. So let's get to it. So utilizing the Super Clean All-Wheel Cleaner, I first hosed off the rims to apply water to the area that I was going to spray, and then I applied the wheel cleaner to the rims. You can actually see when I hose it off how well it actually worked. You can notice there's a noticeable difference, not like a standoutish kind of difference, but you can definitely notice where it definitely cleaned the rims. I left it on there for about a minute or two and then just hosed it off. It does state in the instructions that if you use a scrub brush that you'll get better results, but throughout this entire test, all but once did I use any type of scrubbing item. I just wanted to see what the product would do in its liquid form. I then moved on to the lawnmower, and I used the all-purpose degreaser for the lawnmower itself, and I just sprayed the undercarriage of the lawnmower because I wanted to see how well it would break up the gunk from the lawnmower. And again, you can see a very noticeable difference between the two. It did take off a lot of the built up debris that was underneath the mower, so it worked really good in that aspect. I then moved on to some garage stains that I had from my lawnmowers, from the grass buildup and when it gets wet. So I used both of the degreasers, the aerosol can and the spray bottle. And here you can see me spraying it onto the biggest part of the stain on the cement. And after this I applied the aerosol foam. And I just did them both on a dry surface to see how they would react and see if I could see a noticeable difference. There was some noticeable difference, not a whole lot, but you can see where it actually did break down the gunk and the debris and the stains on the cement. In the instructions it does say that if you apply the chemicals to a wet surface you do get a better result, So I did a second application of both the aerosol foam and the spray bottle of the degreaser to see what worked better. I took a scrub brush to both of them. This was the only time that I used an agitation to see how well the product worked, and believe it or not, it actually worked really well. And those stains had been on the bottom or on that cement there for months, actually probably years, to be honest with you. After letting it sit for a little bit, I took a garden hose to it and I just washed it off to see what the results would be. There was some noticeable difference, not a whole lot, but you can see where it actually did break down the gunk and the debris and the stains on the cement. I then moved on to using it on my barbecue on the outside. This barbecue does not ever get covered up, and there were some grease stains on the left hand side of the screen there, where you can actually see the foam itself brought up the grease that was on the surface. So again, I just applied it and sprayed it off, and it made a huge difference. So in this demonstration, the two grates on the outer portion, I used the spray bottle degreaser, and in the center grate, that's from my smoker, I applied the same degreaser just in the aerosol can, the foam. And when I wash it off, you can definitely see a difference. So my last and final test was to use it on the stove, and I purposely left it greasy from last night's cooking and a meal that I made yesterday for lunch as well. So I left it caked up on there because I knew I was going to be spraying the aerosol, or excuse me, the degreaser foam on the stove, and I wanted to see how well it worked. And I can tell you, out of all the products that I've used on everything, the foam degreaser worked really well on the stove right here. As you can see, it cleans it up really good, and it actually gave it a pretty good shine. I don't normally clean this, but I saw some really good results after utilizing the aerosol foam. So Super Clean did do its job. It worked rather well, and I'm quite impressed with how well it does work as a degreaser. I will continue to use it and give updates on it if I find other things that it can clean. I'll leave a link on the screen where you can go and you can get the dilution rates. That's going to be kind of my next project, is to mix them and play around with them a little bit more, just to see what more I can get out of them. So here's my question for you. What do you use for cleaning? Have you tried Super Clean before? If you have, leave a comment down below. Be safe, everyone. And like my original question said, does Super Clean work? Yes, it does.